The champagne glass shattered against marble. Not from celebration, from rage. Alexander Harlan stood frozen in his own living room, watching his wife of 12 years walk out the door with another man. New Year's Eve, midnight in 7 minutes. The city glowed through floor-to-ceiling windows, but inside, everything went dark. "You're a failure, Alex," Vanessa said, her red dress catching the light like blood. "Victor as a jet. You have dreams." She didn't know. Couldn't know. 23 minutes ago, at 11:47 p.m., Alex's phone buzzed with a message that would change everything. 3 words. Deal is closed. $46 billion. His company, sold. His life, transformed. His wife, gone. The elevator doors closed on Vanessa's laughing face, pressed against Victor Langford's shoulder. Outside, fireworks started early. Someone always jumped the gun. Alex looked at his phone. The message still glowed. "Congratulations, Mr. Harlan. Transfer confirmed. $46 billion. But here's what you need to understand about revenge. Before we dive into this story, hit that like button right now, because what happens next will absolutely blow your mind. Drop a comment telling me, have you ever been underestimated by someone you loved? Subscribe and turn on notifications, because this story has a twist that'll haunt you for days. Now let's rewind. Let's talk about how Alex Harlan became a ghost in his own marriage. 3 months earlier, October, Alex sat in his home office at 2 a.m., lines of code reflecting in his glasses. The house was silent. Vanessa slept upstairs, or pretended to. These days, he couldn't tell the difference. Quantum Sync, his AI startup, was bleeding money. 7 years of work. Countless meetings where investors smiled with their mouths but not their eyes. Too ambitious, they said. Too early for the market. He was 44 years old. No kids. A wife who used to laugh at his jokes, but now checked her phone when he spoke. Still working? Vanessa appeared in the doorway, silk robe wrapped tight. Her tone wasn't curious. It was accusatory. "The presentation from Meridian Capital is tomorrow. This could be, another could be." She sighed. "Alex, my friends ask what you do. I used to say entrepreneur. Now I just say you're in tech." "That's what I am." "No." She stepped closer. The hallway light made her shadow long. "You're a man who refuses to quit something that's already dead." The words hung there like smoke. "Vanessa, I'm to bed. Lock up when you're done saving the world." Her footsteps faded. Alex turned back to his screen, but the numbers blurred. When had she stopped believing? Or had she ever? His phone buzzed. Text from Marcus Webb, his college roommate and CTO. "Yo, Meridian passed. Said our tech is interesting, but not investable. I'm sorry, man." Alex stared at the message until the screen went dark. November. The charity gala at the Grandview Hotel changed everything, just not how Alex expected. Vanessa insisted they attend. "We need to be seen," she said, which really meant she needed to be seen. She wore emerald green, diamonds at her throat. Alex wore his only good suit, the one that was slightly too big now because he forgot to eat some days. The ballroom sparkled. Chandeliers dripped light onto marble floors. 1,000 people pretending their lives were perfect. That's where Victor Langford entered. Not walked, entered, like a king touring conquered territory. 6'3", silver hair swept back. A watch that cost more than Alex's car. Victor owned Langford Capital, a hedge fund so successful that business magazines ran features asking if he was even human, or some algorithm that learned to wear suits. "That's Victor Langford," Vanessa whispered, gripping Alex's arm suddenly. Her fingers dug in. "He's worth $18 billion. "Okay," Alex said. "Okay." She looked at him like he'd just said the earth was flat. "Alex, that's real money. That's power." Before Alex could respond, Victor was there. Not walking toward them, just there like he'd materialized. "Vanessa Harlan?" His smile was white and sharp. "I've heard so much about you." Alex felt his wife's posture shift. Straighten. "Come alive." "Mr. Langford." Vanessa breathed. "This is unexpected." "Victor, please." His eyes flicked to Alex for maybe half a second. And you're the husband. Tech something, right? Alex Harlan. I run. He's working on AI applications, Vanessa interrupted, her voice apologetic, like she was explaining why their dog had an accident on the carpet. Interesting. Victor's attention returned to Vanessa like a spotlight. I'm hosting a small gathering next week. Yacht Club. You should come. We'd love to, Vanessa said. Alex hadn't agreed to anything, but apparently his opinion didn't matter. Victor handed Vanessa a card, not Alex, Vanessa, and disappeared into the crowd, leaving a wake of whispers and turned heads. Did you see that? Vanessa's eyes glittered. Did you see how people looked at him? Yeah, Alex said quietly. I saw. What he saw was his wife's face. The hunger there. The way she watched Victor move through the room like a shark through water. People parting without him asking. They didn't speak on the drive home. When they got there, Vanessa went straight upstairs. Alex stood in the kitchen, loosening his tie, wondering when exactly their marriage became a house where two people slept under the same roof but lived in different worlds. His phone buzzed. Email from an unknown sender. Mr. Harlan, Titanium Ventures is interested in acquiring Quantum Sync. Confidential preliminary offer attached. Are you available to discuss? Alex opened the attachment. His knees went weak. The number had so many zeros he had to count twice. December. The deal moved fast. Secret meetings in hotels under fake names. Lawyers with briefcases full of papers that Alex had to sign without reading too closely, because if he did, he'd realize this was actually happening. Titanium Ventures was buying Quantum Sync, not for what it was, but for what it could become. The AI models Alex built could revolutionize everything from medical diagnostics to financial forecasting. Someone finally saw it. We need absolute secrecy until New Year's Day, said Rachel Kim, Titanium's lead negotiator. She had sharp eyes and sharper suits. Public announcement January 2nd. Can you stay quiet? Yes, Alex said. That means no one. Not family. Not friends. Not your wife. Alex hesitated. My wife. Especially your wife. Rachel leaned forward. Mr. Harlan, we've done research. Vanessa's been seen multiple times with Victor Langford. Restaurants. His yacht. A weekend in the Hamptons while you were at a conference. The room tilted slightly. What? Rachel slid her phone across the table. Photos. Vanessa and Victor at dinner, her hand on his arm, getting off a yacht, her laughing at something he said, walking on a beach, close enough that their shadows merged. We need discretion, Rachel said gently. If word leaks before we're ready, the deal falls apart. Can you handle this? Alex stared at the photos. His wife. Another man. While he was drowning in code and hope. Yes, he said. His voice sounded like it belonged to someone else. I can handle it. The number was $46 billion. Split between Alex, Marcus, and early investors. Alex would personally walk away with $32 billion. He went home that night and watched Vanessa get ready for book club. She wore perfume she didn't wear for him anymore. Don't wait up, she said, kissing his cheek like a sister. Have fun, Alex said. She left. He sat in the dark living room, waiting for something to break inside him. It didn't. Maybe that was a problem. Maybe it was already broken and just hadn't noticed. December 28th. We should have people over for New Year's. Vanessa said over breakfast. She didn't look up from her phone. Something small, 30 or 40 people. Alex nodded. Sure. Unless, she paused. Actually, Victor invited us to his party. At the penthouse. It's very exclusive. You should go, Alex said quietly. Now she looked up. What? You should go. To Victor's party. Something flickered across her face. Relief? Permission? Alex, I didn't mean. It's fine. I'll host something here. You go where you want. She studied him like he was a puzzle missing pieces. Then she shrugged. Okay, if you're sure. I'm sure. She went back to her phone, already texting someone. Probably Victor. Alex sipped his coffee and thought about the message he'd gotten yesterday. Final signatures required December 31st, 11:30 p.m. Deal closes at 11:47 p.m. Congratulations, Mr. Harlan. 11:47 p.m. 13 minutes before midnight. 13 minutes before the new year. He wondered if Vanessa would still be home by then. December 31st. New Year's Eve. The apartment buzzed with people Alex barely knew. Vanessa's friends, mostly. People from her yoga class and her networking groups and her creative collective that never seemed to create anything except reasons to drink wine on weekdays. Alex moved through rooms in his own home, feeling like a ghost. Vanessa glowed. Red dress. Hair perfect. Makeup sharp enough to cut. She held court in the living room, laughing too loud at jokes that weren't funny. At 9 p.m., Victor Langford arrived. He wasn't invited, but men like Victor don't need invitations. Alex. Victor boomed, though they'd met once for 30 seconds. He handed Alex a bottle of champagne that probably cost more than most people's cars. Thought I'd swing by before the real party starts. Real party? Someone asked. Penthouse. Midnight. I've got the best view in the city. Victor's eyes found Vanessa. Some people are already confirmed. Vanessa blushed. Actually blushed. Alex set the champagne on the counter. That's generous. I like to surround myself with interesting people. Victor clapped Alex's shoulder hard enough to sting. You should come too. Bring the whole party. But his eyes never left Vanessa. At 10:30, people started leaving. Victor's party at gravity. It pulled everyone toward it. By 11 p.m., only 5 people remained. Then 3. Then 1. Vanessa and Victor stood by the door. You coming, Alex? Victor asked, and there was something in his voice. A challenge. A test. I'm good here, Alex said. Vanessa's jaw tightened. Alex, everyone's going. You should go. Have fun. What's wrong with you? She stepped closer, voice dropping. This is Victor Langford. Do you understand what that means? I understand. She stared at him. Something ugly twisted her features. You're pathetic. You know that? 7 years on a company that's worth nothing. Living in this. She gestured around. This ordinary life, while men like Victor are actually doing something. Alex's phone buzzed in his pocket. Vanessa? No. She cut him off. I'm done, Alex. I'm done pretending you're going to be something you're not. What are you saying? She took a breath. The room went so quiet Alex could hear the elevator humming in the shaft. I'm saying I want a divorce. The words hung in the air like broken glass. Victor shifted uncomfortably, but he didn't leave. He just watched. You're drunk, Alex said quietly. I'm clear-headed for first time in years. Vanessa grabbed her coat. I'll have my lawyer contact you. You can have the apartment. I don't need it anymore. She walked to Victor's side. He put his arm around her waist. Alex's phone buzzed again. He pulled it out. Message from Rachel Kim. 10 minutes. Congratulations on your new life, Mr. Harlan. He looked at the screen, at the words, at the number. $46 billion. Then he looked at his wife. Vanessa, he said. His voice was steady. Calm. If you walk out that door right now, everything changes. She laughed. Finally, some self-awareness. I'm serious. So am I? She pressed closer to Victor. Happy New Year, Alex. Try not to fail the divorce too. The elevator dinged. They stepped inside. The door started closing. Vanessa smiled at him through the narrowing gap. Victorious. Free. The door shut. Alex stood alone in his apartment. The city glowed through the windows. Somewhere, fireworks started. His phone lit up one more time. Deal closed. Transfer complete. $46 billion. Welcome to your new life. 11:47 p.m. Alex walked to the window and watched Victor's Rolls-Royce pull away from the building. Through the sunroof, he could see Vanessa's head tilted back, laughing. 13 minutes to midnight. 13 minutes to a new year. 13 minutes ago, his wife left him for another man. Alex smiled. Not from happiness. Not from sadness. From something darker and quieter and infinitely more patient. He pulled up his contacts and called Marcus. It's done, Alex said when Marcus answered. The deal's closed. Holy shit, man. Don't tell anyone yet. Announcement's not until January 2nd. But you're okay? I heard about Vanessa. Someone posted photos of her and Langford at... I know. Alex's reflection stared back at him from the dark window. Marcus, I need you to do something for me. Anything. Find out everything about Victor Langford. Where his money comes from. Who he owes. What he's vulnerable to. Silence on the other end. Alex. Everything, Marcus. I have 32 billion reasons to be thorough. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. I'll start tonight. Good. Alex checked his watch. 3 minutes to midnight. And Marcus? Happy New Year. He hung up. Outside, the first real wave of fireworks exploded. Gold and red and silver blooming against black sky. Alex raised his glass of whiskey to his reflection, to his empty apartment, to the wife who just walked out on a man who stopped existing the moment that elevator door closed. Alexander Harlan died tonight. What walked out of these ashes would be something different, something patient, something Victor Langford and Vanessa would learn to fear. The clock struck midnight. The city screamed with celebration, and in a quiet apartment overlooking it all, a very rich man began a plan. January 2nd. The announcement hit every major news outlet at 9 a.m. Titanium Ventures acquires QuantumSync for $46 billion in landmark AI deal. Alex's phone exploded. Texts, calls, emails, people he hadn't heard from in years, suddenly remembered they were close friends. His lawyer, David Chun, called at 9:07. Alex, your phone's about to become a weapon. Every reporter, investor, and long-lost relative will be hunting you. What do you want me to do? Make me invisible, Alex said. What? No interviews. No photos. No public appearances. Lock down everything. David paused. That's unusual. Most people in your position. I'm not most people. Can you do it? Yes. But Alex, Vanessa's lawyer already called. They're filing today. She's asking for half. Alex smiled at his reflection in the hotel mirror. He'd checked into Meridian under Marcus's name. Anonymous. Ghost. Let her file, Alex said. Don't contest anything. Give her whatever she wants. That's insane. You'd be giving away billions. David, trust me. Silence. Then, you're playing a different game, aren't you? I'm playing the long game. Make me disappear. Consider it done. Alex hung up and opened his laptop. Marcus had sent files. Thick ones. Everything on Victor Langford. Time to study the enemy. January, March. The divorce moved fast when one side doesn't fight. Vanessa got the apartment. The cars. $8 million in liquid assets. Her lawyer probably thought they'd won the lottery. They had no idea. The $46 billion was hidden in corporate structures, so complex even Alex needed spreadsheets to track it. Titanium Ventures paid into holding companies that fed into trusts that owned pieces of other companies. Clean, legal, invisible. Vanessa thought she divorced a failure, who got lucky with a small payout. She had no idea she'd walked away from $32 billion. Meanwhile, Alex rented a small apartment in a different neighborhood. 1 bedroom, basic furniture. He wore normal clothes, took the subway, became nobody. But nobody was busy. Marcus sat across from him in a coffee shop, laptop open, voice low. Victor's empire looks solid, but it's not. He's leveraged to hell. The hedge fund's profitable, but he lives like he's worth $50 billion when he's actually worth 18, and 12 of that is on paper. Meaning if the right dominoes fall, he's got maybe $6 billion in actual liquid assets. The rest is tied up in assets, properties, investments that would take months to liquidate. He's rich, but he's cash poor in a crisis. Alex leaned forward. Where is he vulnerable? Marcus grinned. Everywhere. His private jet fleet, leased through Aero Lease Holdings, a dying company that's bleeding debt. His yacht, financed through maritime loans that are coming due. His penthouse, Mortgage at 70%. Victor spends like there's no tomorrow because he's betting on constant returns. If his fund takes a hit, the whole thing crumbles. And the fund? Aggressive positions. Some brilliant, some reckless. He's got enemies. Investors he screwed, companies he hostile took over, people who'd love to see him bleed. Alex nodded slowly. What if someone bought Aero Lease Holdings? Marcus blinked. That's a garbage company. Why would... He stopped. Understanding dawned. Oh, that's cold. Can it be done quietly? Alex, you'd be buying a sinking ship just to control Victor's leases. Can it be done quietly? Alex repeated. Marcus smiled. Yeah, it can. The company's desperate. They'd sell to a shell corporation, no questions asked. You'd own it before Victor even knew it changed hands. Do it. Over the next months, Alex became a shadow investor. He bought failing companies that held leverage over Victor's world. A media outlet Victor advertised through. A luxury brand Vanessa loved. A private jet leasing company. Boring purchases. Unsexy. The kind nobody notices. But every purchase was a string attached to Victor's life. And Alex was patient enough to pull them all at once. April, Vanessa's Instagram, was a highlight reel of her new life. Private jets. Yacht parties. Designer everything. Alex looked at each post. Studied them. Not from jealousy. From strategy. Every photo showed Victor's world. The jet company Alex now owned. The yacht with loans Alex's people were tracking. The restaurants where Alex had quietly become a silent partner. Vanessa was documenting her own downfall and didn't know it. One photo showed her at a charity gala, Victor's arm around her waist. The caption, some people dream, others act. Choose better. Marcus saw it. That's about you, man. She's taking shots. Let her, Alex said quietly. Words are cheap. Action is expensive. But late at night, alone in his small apartment, Alex pulled up old photos. Him and Vanessa on their wedding day. Young, stupid, in love, or what they thought was love. He remembered her laugh before it turned sharp, her dreams before they became demands. The moment, he couldn't pinpoint exactly when, that they stopped being partners and became strangers sharing space. Had he failed her, or had she failed them both? The questions hurt worse than the betrayal, so he stopped asking and went back to work. July. There's something you should see, Marcus said, sliding an envelope across the table. Inside, photos. Vanessa and Victor arguing outside a restaurant. Her face twisted in anger. Him walking away. Source. Alex asked. Paid informant. Victor's getting tired of her. She's expensive, not in money but in energy. High maintenance. Demanding. He's used to women who know the game. Vanessa's still learning. She's losing him. Fast. Word is he's been seen with a French model. 26. Speaks 4 languages. Doesn't post on Instagram. Alex studied the photo of Vanessa's face. The desperation creeping in around her eyes. Part of him, a small dying part, felt sorry for her. The rest remembered her words. You're pathetic. Failure. Choose better. Keep monitoring, Alex said, but don't interfere. Let it play out. September. The pieces were in place. Alex owned or controlled 13 companies in Victor's ecosystem. A media outlet Victor advertised through was running negative stories about hedge fund ethics. A bank Victor used was tightening lending requirements. Aero Lease Holdings was ready to call in leases. And Alex had found Victor's enemies. 3 investors Victor had burned. 2 competitors he'd destroyed. 1 ex-wife he'd left penniless. Alex invited them to dinner. Private room. Expensive restaurant. No phones. I'm not here to make friends, Alex said when they were seated. I'm here to offer you something you want. And what's that? Asked Richard Torres, an investor Victor had cheated out of $40 million. Victor Langford's head on a platter. The table went silent. Who are you? Asked Catherine Wells, the ex-wife. Someone he hurt. Someone patient. Someone with resources. Resources meaning money? Richard asked. Resources meaning $32 billion. Glasses paused halfway to lips. Bullshit, someone said. Alex slid a folder across the table. Bank statements. Asset portfolios. Proof. Holy shit, Catherine breathed. You're the quantum sync guy. I was. Now I'm the guy making Victor Langford wish he'd chosen his enemies more carefully. Are you in? They were in. October, November. The attack started small. Articles questioning Victor's investment strategies. Regulators asking polite questions about trading patterns. Clients quietly pulling funds. Nothing catastrophic. Just pressure. Steady. Building. Victor fought back, but he was fighting shadows. Every time he plugged one leak, two more opened. Vanessa, meanwhile, was spiraling. Photos showed her looking tired. Designer bags couldn't hide the strain around her eyes. Victor was distant, gone on business trips that Instagram models tagged him in from Monaco. She posted less. When she did, the captions got defensive. Haters gonna hate. Living rent-free in y'all's minds. Some people peaked in high school and it shows. Alex saw the cracks forming. December 15th. It's ready, Marcus said. New Year's Eve. Victor's hosting a massive party at his penthouse. 500 people. Maximum visibility. Can we get invited? No. Marcus grinned. Better. You're the guest of honor. What? I leaked to the right people at your back. Doing deals. Looking to invest publicly. Victor's people reached out. They want your money and your name attached to his brand. They think you're a reclusive genius they can parade around. He invited me? Personally. Doesn't know you're his worst nightmare. Just knows you got billions and hate publicity, which makes you exactly the kind of investor he wants to control. Alex smiled. Perfect. December 28th. Alex stood in a custom suit that cost more than his first car. Haircut from a place that didn't list prices. Watch that could have fed a family for years. He looked in the mirror and barely recognized himself. Marcus whistled. Brother, you clean up scary good. It's just a costume, Alex said. No. Marcus shook his head. That's who you've been all along. You just stopped hiding it. Alex's phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. I heard you're coming to Victor's party. That took courage. Hope you've moved on. Vanessa. Someone told her. Alex typed back. See you there. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Then nothing. She was scared. Good. December 31st. New Year's Eve. 1 year later. 10:47 p.m. The penthouse was everything excess could buy. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the entire city. Ice sculptures melting slowly in the heat of 500 bodies. Champagne towers. A live orchestra. Waiters moving through crowds like ghosts. Victor Langford held court in the center. Silver hair perfect. Smile sharp. Vanessa stood beside him in white. Like a bride. But her eyes kept scanning the room. Looking for someone. At 10:47 p.m., Alexander Harlan stepped out of the private elevator. The room noticed. Conversations paused. Heads turned. Whispers moved like wind through wheat. Victor's smile widened. He crossed the room, hand extended. Alex Harlan, the man himself. Welcome, welcome. They shook hands. Victor's grip was strong, challenging. Alex's was steady, calm. Victor, thanks for the invitation. Are you kidding? You're the guest everyone wants to meet. The genius who built Quantum Sync. $32 billion, that's incredible. Alex smiled. $46 billion, actually. I own 70%. Victor's smile flickered. Just for a second, Vanessa appeared at Victor's elbow. She looked beautiful and broken at the same time. Her eyes met Alex's. Alex, she said quietly. Vanessa. Awkward silence. Well, Victor boomed. Let's get you a drink. We need to talk investments. I've got opportunities that... Actually, Alex said, I've already made my investments. Oh, 13 companies. Acquired over the past year. Quiet purchases. Nothing flashy. Victor frowned. 13? That's specific. Very. Alex pulled out his phone. Would you like to see? Something in his tone made the nearby conversation stop. Sure, Victor said slowly. Alex pulled up a list. Read it aloud. Aero Lease Holdings, Maritime Finance Group, Grandeur Properties, Pinnacle Media, Elite Branding Solutions. He paused. Should I continue? Victor's face went white. What is this? He whispered. Your life, Victor. I bought your life. Piece by piece. Company by company. Every lease you hold. Every loan you carry. Every image you built. The room was silent now. Everyone watching. You're insane, Victor hissed. No, I'm patient. Alex pocketed his phone. And at exactly midnight, he checked his watch. In 11 minutes, Aero Lease Holdings will call in every outstanding lease you hold. Your entire fleet. Jets, helicopters, everything. All due immediately. You can't. I can. I own the company. The loans are legitimate. You're 70 days past renegotiation deadlines. By law, I can demand immediate payment or repossession. Vanessa grabbed Victor's arm. What is he talking about? Your boyfriend, Alex said calmly, is about to lose everything. Victor's face twisted. You son of a bitch. You planned this. All of it. No, Victor. You planned this when you showed up at my apartment uninvited. When you put your arm around my wife. When you drove away in your Rolls Royce while I watched from the window. Alex stepped closer. You took her because you could. I'm taking everything because I can. Security. Victor shouted. But the security team didn't move. They looked at Alex, then at Victor, confused. Marcus appeared from the crowd, tablet in hand. Security is employed through Sentinel Protection Services. Alex bought that company in March. They work for him now. Victor staggered back. This isn't real, he said. This is... The screens around the room suddenly lit up. All of them, simultaneously. Vanessa's face filled every monitor. Text messages. Dozens of them. Her words from a year ago, sent to friends. Alex is such a loser. I can't believe I wasted 12 years on him. Victor has a YACHD, an actual yacht. Meanwhile, Alex is proud of his stupid startup. I'm trading in for a better model. Some men are meant to serve drinks. Some are meant to drink them. I chose better. Vanessa's face drained of color. Where did you? Your friends talk, Vanessa. Especially when I buy the PR firm that represents them. Especially when I offer the money to share. You bought people? No. I bought truth. There's a difference. Victor grabbed Vanessa's arm. We're leaving. Now. But the elevator doors opened. Rachel Kim stepped out, flanked by federal agents. Victor Langford? Rachel said, SEC would like a word about some irregularities in your fund's reporting. This is harassment. Victor shouted. My lawyers are currently reviewing subpoenas, Rachel said calmly. You're not under arrest. Yet, but we need you to come with us. Victor turned to Alex, eyes wild. You orchestrated this. All of it. The companies, the SEC, everything. I just invested wisely, Alex said, and made some calls to people who already wanted to investigate you. I didn't create your crimes, Victor. I just illuminated them. The agents led Victor toward the elevator. He was shouting about lawyers, about rights, about lawsuits. Vanessa stood frozen, watching her future collapse in real time. Alex walked to the balcony. The city spread out below, glittering and cold. Behind him, the party dissolved into chaos. People leaving, phones out, social media already exploding with videos. Vanessa followed him outside. They stood alone in the freezing air. Why? She whispered. Why do all this? Alex turned to face her. You want the truth? Please. Because you called me a failure on the same night I became a billionaire. Because you walked out laughing. Because you spent a year posting about your upgrade, while I spent a year buying the ground beneath your feet. Tears ran down her face, ruining her makeup. I didn't know. You didn't care to know. There's a difference. Alex checked his watch. Midnight. Fireworks exploded outside. The city screamed with celebration. Happy New Year, Vanessa! Alex, please. I made a mistake. I was stupid. You were honest, Alex interrupted. Maybe for the first time in years. You wanted wealth and power and excitement. You found it. You just didn't realize that the man you left had more of all three than Victor ever dreamed of. Can we fix this? Alex looked at her, really looked at the woman he'd married, the woman who'd left him, the stranger wearing his wife's face. No, he said quietly. We can't. Please. You chose fast money. I chose time. Alex turned to leave. Victor's done. The SEC investigation will take months, but he'll lose most of what he has. The media, which I control significant portions of, will destroy what's left of his reputation. And you, he paused at the door, you'll be fine. You kept the $8 million from the divorce. That's more than most people see in a lifetime. Invest it carefully. Live quietly. Find someone who actually loves you, not your Instagram account. I loved you, Vanessa said, her voice breaking. Alex smiled sadly. No, you love the idea of me, the potential, the someday. You just didn't love the journey. He opened the door. Goodbye, Vanessa. Alex. But he was gone. 6 months later. June. Late afternoon. Alex sat in a coffee shop in Brooklyn. Small place. Local. No one recognized him. His laptop was open. New project. Using his billions to fund startups that traditional investors ignored. Companies run by people like he used to be, overlooked, underestimated, brilliant. His phone buzzed. Text from Marcus. Victor settled with the SEC. Fines, sanctions, banned from managing funds for 10 years. He's down to maybe $2 billion. Vanessa left him last month. Alex didn't respond. Just set the phone down. Excuse me. He looked up. A young woman, maybe 25, holding a coffee. Nervous smile. Are you Alex Harlan? From Quantum Sync. Yeah, he said carefully. Oh my God. I'm Maya. I'm working on a healthcare AI startup, and I've read everything about your work. Your models are incredible. I just want to say, you inspire me to keep going when every investor said no. Alex smiled. A real smile. What's your startup? Diagno AI. We're using machine learning to detect rare diseases from symptom patterns. But funding is impossible and... She stopped. Sorry. You probably get this all the time. Sit down. Alex said. Tell me about it. Her eyes widened. Seriously? Seriously. She sat. Started talking. Hands moving. Eyes bright. The way Alex used to talk about Quantum Sync before the world beat that excitement out of him. Send me your pitch deck, Alex said when she finished. My team will review it. Really? People told me no for 7 years, Maya. Somebody should have said yes earlier. Maybe you're the one I should say yes to. She left 20 minutes later, practically floating. Alex went back to his laptop, but his mind wandered. 1 year and 6 months ago, his wife left him on New Year's Eve. 1 year ago, he destroyed the man who took her. Today, he helped someone chase a dream. He didn't know which version of himself was real. The victim, the villain, the ghost. Maybe all three. Maybe none. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. I know you probably won't read this, but I wanted you to know I'm sorry. Not for leaving, for how I left. You deserve better. I hope you're happy. V. Alex read it twice, then deleted it. Some apologies come too late. Some bridges burn so completely that the ashes blow away. He finished his coffee, closed his laptop, and walked out into Brooklyn sunshine. Somewhere, Vanessa was living in a modest apartment, scrolling through old photos on her phone, wondering when exactly her life went wrong. Somewhere, Victor was meeting with lawyers, trying to salvage scraps of his empire. And somewhere, Alexander Harlan, 46 years old, worth $32 billion, divorced and alone, was learning that revenge tastes like nothing at all. But building something new, that tasted like hope. And he hadn't felt that in a long time. So what did you think? Was Alex right to burn down Victor's empire? Did Vanessa deserve what happened? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. If this story hit you in the feels, smash that like button and subscribe because I got more stories of revenge, redemption, and people getting exactly what they deserve. Sometimes the best revenge isn't destroying your enemies. It's becoming so successful that their betrayal becomes irrelevant. Happy New Year. Choose your battles wisely. And never, ever underestimate the quiet ones. And